Throughout history, there have been celebrities, politicians, world leaders, and musicians who allegedly sold their souls to Satan for wealth, inspiration, audience, and power. I'm Aeon of End of Numbers, and here are 5 celebrities who allegedly sold their souls to the devil. Number 5. Robert Johnson was an American musician from the early 20th century. In 1911, along the Mississippi Delta, Johnson as a young man yearned for stardom. One night, as the legend tells, he went into the midnight with his guitar to the crossroads to conjure up some dark forces. The devil appeared to him, took his guitar and played a few songs for him, then handed back his instrument, granting Johnson mastery over the guitar. It was said Johnson turned away from his audience to hide the evil that dwelt within him. And in some of his lyrics he spoke about the beast, quote, "And I said, hello Satan, I believe it's time to go." In 1938, Robert Johnson died mysteriously. Some say the devil was collecting his due. Number 4. Bob Dylan sold over 100 million records and received every honor you can possibly think of. In the 1970s, he went through many phases, especially one time when he made contact with an unearthly entity, which had changed his spirituality forever. In an interview on 60 Minutes, the interviewer asked him, "Why are you still here?" Bob Dylan replied, "I'm keeping up with the end of my bargain with the chief commander. I made a bargain with it," unquote, he said. Bob Dylan claims it was Jesus Christ. But when have you guys ever heard of anyone making a deal with Jesus Christ for fame? Number 3. Led Zeppelin. Reports have been out there about the band selling their soul to the devil. But where did this idea come from? It all started with Jimmy Page. As a young man, he was very interested in magic. He got into Aleister Crowley, who was a Satanist and an occultist. They bought one of Aleister Crowley's homes and stayed a week. In one of their albums, they have the phrase, "Do what thou wilt," which is an Aleister Crowley title. But going back to the purchase of the Aleister Crowley estate, where his wife went insane and his baby died, after the band left the home, they began experiencing evil and all sorts of bad luck. Number 2. Rihanna selling well over 200 million records worldwide. The youngest, fastest selling solo artist of all time, with 13 number 1s on the 100 Billboard charts. And certainly there have been multiple stories of her selling her soul to the devil on the internet. During an interview on Hot 97 with Angie Martinez, Rihanna was asked why she covered her eyes on the album cover. Her reply was, "Because I worship the devil." Tiffany Evans, known for her single Promise Ring, had commented after Rihanna's Russian Roulette hit came out, saying, "The stars who worship Satan and have killed for the respect that they have now, you will be surprised of how many of them pretend to believe in God, but worship the devil." R&B entertainer and Rihanna's friend commented, "I don't personally know Rihanna's beliefs, but there's something really sinister." Number 1. Black Sabbath and Ozzy. Inducted in the Rock Hall of Fame and winning 2 Grammys, all despite their affiliation with Lucifer. Ozzy said, unquote, "I remember sitting there watching The Exorcist a dozen times and thinking to myself, I can relate to this." Ozzy came to believe that he was possessed. The story actually begins with the bassist Geezer when he received a book of the occult as a gift, and he has set it on a cupboard without much thought. That night he awoke to a satanic being by his bed. When the creature finally disappeared, he was very spooked and threw the book away. The whole band has soon experienced the same phenomena, and they call the entity the 5th member of Black Sabbath. My personal advice to everyone, whether you believe in ghosts, demons, and angels, stay away from this stuff. All the stories I've heard from people who have tried to sum up spirits and who have dealt with the occult had first wonderful experiences, but after a while suffered greatly. I'll see you next week.